Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Bella. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. I have my what solds from overnight. This is about $200 worth of items going out the door today. It's been an awesome 24 hours, a lot of good stuff, a couple of international sales. So I've only typically get, one or two international sales usually in a couple of months. I had two in the last 24 hours. So we'll talk a little bit about international sales in general and why you definitely want to be making sure that on eBay you have it checked on to do international sales. They are super easy and a great way to make extra money. You don't want to be missing out on those sales, but you want to make sure that you have that option selected on eBay. So let's get started with some of the what solds, or all the what solds. It's 7 items going out the door, all from eBay. So everything's picking back up. I dropped it. So I swear it was like a light turned on in the last couple of days and everybody was thinking back to school and we got to start shopping because things are selling, friends. This is Duluth Trading Company. This is just a basic tank top of theirs. I picked up a couple of these at a church sale. So Duluth in general, I love to pick Duluth up because it is a well-known brand. It's really great quality. I've had their jackets, pajamas, what else? Flannels, lots and lots of good stuff. I know I have a men's flannel listed right now that I'm sure will be selling in the fall. With 90-degree weather, people aren't thinking, oh, I'm gonna wear flannels right now, but it's coming up because they're starting to think. I'm seeing kind of a shift in the items I'm selling, that we're getting into fall stuff, but we still have a lot of summer stuff too. So this Duluth tank top sold for $12. My estimated profit, $10.11. So another, just check out your clothing right now and make sure that you're not, if you've noticed that it's been a little slow in your store or something, things aren't selling the way they usually do for you. I did recently mention as well, but I'm just saying it again because I noticed it on a few of my items again yesterday that I had a couple of basic shirts that had shipping costs of $11, and that's definitely where it should be around $5 for shipping. So just double check that. It's definitely, shirts are not gonna sell if there is an $11 shipping charge. So just check that out, friends. It's something, and then you can go back in. It usually has to do with the weight of the item. A lot of my items, like sweaters, jackets, I do over a pound. And so that tends to bring an $11 shipping charge. So just be mindful of that. If you're thinking, gosh, things should be moving more, I'm not selling as much, why is that? That could be a factor in that. So I'm gonna ship this off today to the buyer. But yes, Duluth all the way. It's a great, I'm pretty sure most of Duluth is strictly sold on the website, I believe. Let me know if I'm wrong here. I can't think of a store off the top of my head that I've seen Duluth at. They have a really nice website. At one point, my sister was thinking about working for them online, but that did not happen. But they are very well known, great stuff. It's an outdoorsy brand, so even their tank, when I was picking up these tank tops, I had no idea how they would do, but I really went on the brand factor there, with Duluth being a great brand. So, all right, this is the first of our international sale. This is Natural Soul. Cute little sandals. Sandals are still selling. It's August, but sandals are selling. So this is the international sale. And so the big thing about the international shipping program is, depending on where you are, I believe. Now, I don't know this otherwise I'm in the Northeast, and so all of my items go to Glendale Heights, Illinois, which is a hub for eBay for their international items that sell and then they ship them off to the buyer. I have had absolutely no problems with international sales. eBay is great about if there is a problem with an international sale, they take care of it. Now, I don't know exactly if something was damaged per se, you know, if something was the seller's fault. I'm not sure exactly how eBay would handle that. So I've never had any issues. I'm assuming that if you know, something arrived and it was not what the buyer expected, that might be different. But for shipping purposes, you know, never had any issues with eBay saying, you know, or a buyer saying my item got lost. So if you have been on the fence about doing international shipping, highly recommend it. Don't close the door to that. I know that years ago, shipping internationally through eBay was not as easy as it is now. So even if maybe you were in the international shipping program before and now you're maybe getting back into it or thinking about it, I highly recommend it. It really is a great program, no problems. And trust me, if I had problems, I would let you guys know. But, you know, that's just another way. You don't want to close yourself out to that income. So these sold for $12 and there was a little bit of shipping overage. My estimated profit, I grabbed these for $1 at a church sale, $10.73. So, and it's nice because the label is just like a regular eBay label. Let's see. It's just a regular label that you print. It's going ground advantage because it's going to a US hub. So they handle everything else. I'm pretty sure they kind of unwrap them and reship them however they want to do it. I'm not totally sure of that. That might have to do with like customs and checking everything out. But yes, highly recommend the international shipping program. But I know years ago, I didn't have everything checked on to go to all the places. And, you know, I was missing out on those sales. And you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to make those sales. So, okay. These are next. I grabbed these at a church sale. These also sold this morning. These are Laredo boots. They've, you know, definitely have some wear. Good size. These are an 8.5. It says Laredo right there. Typically with cowboy boots in general, if they're in good condition, I like to pick them up if I can get them for a great price. You know, thrift stores are usually overpricing cowboy boots, any type of like good quality boot, but I typically pick them up at the church sales. And, you know, if I can find them at a yard sale, that's great too, because typically you're going to get a really good deal on them, hopefully. And that was the case with these. These might have been passed up by a few people just because they do have some wear, but not enough wear not to sell. So these, I did take an offer on these for $25. These were, like I said, a church sale, so they cost me around $1. My estimated profit, $21.29. So these are going to be packaged up in I'm going to reuse an Amazon box, which is great. Save your Amazon boxes if you know you're going to be doing some shipping in boxes. I do very little shipping in boxes. I try to avoid it as much as possible, but I occasionally do sell big boots and shoes, and that is what I put it in. I try to save the bigger ones so I have those around. And if, you know, you don't do a lot of online shopping, which I think we all do now, but if say you don't, you know, ask a neighbor or friend, save a box for you. It's just, I don't spend any money on boxes at all, zero. I either find them somewhere, or if I'm gonna ship it priority mail, I'll get a free box from the postal service. So, okay. Also, I have a couple of items that sold overnight, like literally. I have a really great thrift haul video, the video right before this one. I will link it up here, or in the comments, you may find it there. It was a great sale. They were having their summer sale and all their items in their boutique were half off. So I grabbed this bra. I had a cost of goods for everything in this sale as $2. So really cute jockey bra. I was not sure, you know, Jockey in general is a great brand. I know you can get it at Kohl's, probably Penny's. I love picking up brand new bras for that price. I've scaled down a little bit on picking up bras just because they're not huge, and meaning like they're not like, they don't take up a lot of space, but I've been recently looking and I'm kind of hanging on to some more pre-owned bras. But as I say that, I picked up 2 Victoria's Secret bras this morning at a yard sale. So it's whatever, you know, is selling. I might even lot the 2 Victoria's Secret bras together. That's a really great idea too when it comes to like stuff like that. Underwear, boxers, if it's a new in package and they're relatively, now if they're vintage, definitely list those on their own. But if they are just, you know, everyday ones that the brand new you can get, it's also great to lot things together, lot bra sizes, lot 2 bras together from the same brand. I would try to stick to the same brand, because typically, like we all know, like when you're buying underwear, when you're buying bras, probably most of us at least buy similar or the same brand. People know what they like. And so I could say for sure, like if I come across a bra pack, like a 2-pack of bras, and you know, that's awesome. I love it when I can find like 2 pairs of shorts for my son and his size and things like that. So definitely keep your eye out. This jockey bra was, yes, under 24 hours this sold. So it sold for $24. My estimated profit, $13.14. So great sale. I didn't even have time to put this one away because I photoed it, I listed it, and it sold. So those are the kind of sales we like, friends. Just get it in and get it out the door. So this will go out today. There is no wiring or anything in this bra, so sometimes I try with bras, I don't know, with hats and bras, like if they have the wiring, I know some people do put them in boxes. Again, I try to stay away from boxes. I've never had any issues with either. I don't sell a ton of hats, but when I have, I just kind of bubble wrap it a little bit so it's not, you know, being pushed on too much. I guess it could get squashed in like, you know, the bins they put them in when they're shipping things, but I haven't had that problem. I'll let you know if I do, but so far, no problem with that. Okay, and the next one, so these 2 sales, I got these 2 items this week from the same sale, and they both sold in under 24 hours. This was a brand, so this is a new to me brand, Spatina. This is really cute embroidered linen. I believe this one is 100% linen. I'm gonna double check. I did get a lot of them. Okay, no, this is cotton and Lyocell and linen. So it's 13% linen. Just really a nice pullover top. I loved the floral in this, the detailing. So this was super quick. This being a brand that I had never heard of, I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for this again if I come across it. It was a good size. It's an XL. So this top sold for $29.25. Cost of goods was $2 on this. My estimated profit, $15.56. So in total, I spent $45 at this sale. And I got 22 items. I did get some items for my family. And once I sell at least one more, maybe two items, I will be in the profit from that entire haul. So selling that quickly, sometimes I'm like, oh good, I'm getting better at this. Like if something can sell that quickly, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. You just learn as you go along, and I had a really good feeling about this top. I did mention in the other video, the haul video that I got, like in the store that I go to, I can't really comp there. It's very close quarters. You have to carry everything yourself. Like there's no carts or anything. So I took a gamble on this one for $2, but it has all the looks, the cottagecore look, bohemian, and this is what people are looking for. And even though, you know, this color will be great even going into the fall. So great sale. I just need like one more $15 profit item from the stuff that I got to be in profit from the entire sale. So that'll be coming, I'm sure. It's just, I'm very impressed with how much things are selling again and picking back up, because July can be kind of slow. I don't know, how was your July? Let me know in the comments, because now we are into August, and July typically can be pretty slow at times because everybody's on vacation. They are saving their money for vacation. They're not really thinking back to school yet, but it's like a light switch, like I said, turned on, things are selling now, they're thinking back to school, they're thinking all the things. So, all right, these Clark sandals sold, I think this is the other, yes, this is our other international sale here. I don't pick up all Clarks anymore. I used to pick up Clarks like it was a job, like I was working for Clarks and selling all the Clarks, but I look for distinctive things now, like this is the Ultra Comfort. These were only $1. I would not pick up Clarks typically anymore in a thrift store unless they were under like $3 and under. These just really cute pattern. So I'll show you the Clarks. Clarks are well known, people like them. I come across a ton of Clark sandals, clogs, things like that, but I definitely don't pick up any Clarks in a 5 or a 6 size. I like to keep it like 8 and above. As I say that, these are probably like 7s. Let's see if I can find, I don't know if it's on here. Oh, there it is, yeah. 9. So these are a 9, so it was a good size. And this was another church sale, dollar find. I'm telling you, they're gonna be starting to schedule the fall church sales. Be on the lookout for those, look for the signs. Look on Facebook, look in all the places. I think I am going to bubble wrap these after the video since they're going overseas. So these sold for $24.75. There was a little bit of shipping overage. Now eBay kind of decides their own pricing, I believe, for international shipping when the shipping comes. So the buyer pays the shipping designated by eBay. I don't believe we or me as the seller has any control over that. So just keep that in mind if you're like, whoa, you know, what's going on with the shipping prices? eBay obviously has their fees and their ends of stuff, so they have a different format with that. So profit here, $22.14. Not too shabby for $1 pickup at a church sale. Hey, and don't forget, ask your friends, are they getting rid of stuff? Are they cleaning house? We're coming in the fall. You know, people say spring cleaning, but I've actually been like fall cleaning, getting ready for fall, getting, you know, things, you know, once the houses are started to close up again. Now it's going to be a couple months for that, but just people want to get stuff out. They don't want to be living with all the stuff, and yard sales are really winding down. So, you know, or your friend's having a yard sale, and just let them know you want to go through that stuff that they're getting rid of so you can, you know, get some good things. Maybe they'll sell it to you really cheap or just give it to you. So they just want it out. If they just had a sale or something, there's a fly flying around. So if you see, I'm like, I need Marvin, my cat. I need him to come over and get this. He's currently taking his 5th nap of the day, so he probably won't be up to get that fly. But anyways, just, yeah, put it out there. Your mother-in-law, your friends, your mom, your sister, your brother, you know, whatever. Ugh, this fly. Okay, so I will finish wrapping that up after this. And I did really want to talk about this brand because I have personally not, this is my item, this is my purse that I really wanted to try this brand a few months ago, and I purchased it, and I was really uncertain about what kind of color I wanted, and this color is just not my color. I just typically do not wear green. I don't know what I was thinking, but I found some other stuff. So this is Portland leather. definitely a bolo. If you can find this in a thrift store or at a sale, the Portland leather, I've joined the insider group on Facebook. They have a huge following. This sold in 2 days. So this was my personal item. It is 100% leather. I'll just kind of show you. This is their koala bag. This is kind of what started me on the Portland leather journey, and I have 2 of their bucket backpacks now and a bucket bag and a couple little wallets. I really, really like this brand. I like the quality. I just wasn't a fan of the color. It's like Blacar green, I think it's called. I should have went with, I'm more of a browns girl. I like to wear like nutmeg is one of the colors that are cold brew, like brown colors are more my thing when it comes to purses, so it can match colors better. I just decided that I was gonna part with this one this week, and you know, maybe to also buy more Portland leather bags in a color that I would actually use. Marvin is awake now, my cat. He is hunting the fly. He sees it, so he's probably gonna fly into the video. Okay, so the Portland leather bag, it was mine. I used it a few times. I'm losing out probably about, you know, I'm just selling, I probably had this now 3-4 months, and it sold for $75. They did use a 30% off coupon that I have running in my store, so that took about $22.50 off. So my profit on this, $46.23. I'm very happy with that. I got use out of it. Keep that in mind. Their wallets, it doesn't matter. Their wallets, that they have retired colors in the leather, so they're highly sought after on the reselling market as well. So just write that down. I've tried to get more looking into bags. Bags are popular, they really are. And those bags are 100% leather. They have some suede bags as well that are really cute. So if you come across it, it typically will say like on the front, and it has this little tree logo. I will see if I can pop the tree logo up and just show you guys what it looks like, because on this bag you can't see it as well, but you know, you're coming across something feels like leather, open it up. Some of the bags say Portland leather inside. They're all made in the USA, I believe all made in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, that was a good one. I'm glad to see it off to someone else. They used the coupon. I was fine with that. I priced it a little bit higher than I, you know, would have otherwise, because I knew they would probably come across and use a coupon. So, all right, great items going out the door today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're gonna go out to a lot of sales this weekend, find some great deals. You know, thrifting is great. Even little yard sales. I went to one this morning, got 8 new items to sell, and you know, it only cost me $8. It was a $1 sale. So those are all things that doesn't typically happen at thrift stores. I did get a $2 thrift store. Here, Marvin wants to say hi. So here he is. He's on the hunt for the fly. But yeah, just be on the lookout for good sales. You know, don't discard a sale. Like this one sale I went to this morning, I couldn't even see the clothes from like driving up to it. You really had to go in there, and they had so much stuff. You know, I had to really like, okay, what am I really interested in? Because there was a lot. I could have probably walked away with more than I did, but I'm trying to, you know, be good, find the good stuff, find the stuff that I think will sell quickly. And I think I did that this morning. So, all right, friends, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. If you like videos like this, I put out about 2 to 5 videos per week, all about what's selling, what I'm thrifting, educational videos about selling on eBay and Poshmark, and just thrift with me, going with me to the stores. I have some of those coming up as well. So I appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with a friend, like the video, because thrifting is better with friends. So I hope to see you guys all next week in the next video. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.